Haven't we all experienced a very hot day and switched on the fan or the AC? Start blinking our eyes when some dirt enters it, or quickly pulled our hand away when we mistakenly touch a hot object. Well, what exactly is happening in these situations? Basically, we feel or sense something happening to us and respond to these changes appropriately. But how much time do you think we take to respond? Maybe 2 seconds or lesser. But you'll be amazed to know that a lot of things happen in our body in this short span of time. And all of it happens due to something called the nervous tissue. And we'll be talking about the same today. Haven't we all used computers to help us solve our queries? We type the question, press enter, and our questions are solved in a fraction of a second. But who did this? Yes, it's the CPU, which is known as the brain of the computer. It generates the solution for us. And as we all know, these components of the computer are not isolated, but rather interconnected by many wires. It's via these wires that the electrical signals are passed, and therefore the query entered in the keyboard reaches the CPU, and then the answer is visible on the monitor. So this is the case in the computer. But you'll be surprised to know that a similar working system is present in our body. A system that controls our thinking and feelings, our learning and remembering, the way we talk and move, the beating of your heart, and the digestion of your food. Yes, in our body, it is the brain which controls all the decisions we make, along with our spinal cord. And the brain makes all these decisions in a few milliseconds. So are you wondering, if the brain does all this, then what does the spinal cord do? Well, the spinal cord is the only way through which the rest of our body is connected to our brain, and hence acts as a pathway by which it can regulate and decide the necessary actions to be carried out. But if we see, in our body, the brain and the spine are centrally located, right? So then how does the brain tell our hand to pull back as soon as it touches a hot object? Like the wires that connect the different parts of the computer, so also there are many wire-like connections in our body present everywhere. If we happen to touch a hot object, these connections will sense the heat and send a message to the brain via the spinal cord. This message is understood by the brain that it's not good to touch this hot object for long, as it may burn us. So then a counter message is sent by the brain to the hand via these connections, as a result of which we pull back our hand. These connections in our body are called nerves. And as we can see, they are long strand-like fibers and hence called nerve fibers. And these messages or signals that travel to and fro from the brain by the nerve fibers are called as nerve impulses. But how does this nerve impulse pass through this long strand and reach its destination? If we zoom in a little, we'll see that the nerve fiber is actually made up of small units connected to each other. And the signal passes via all these units. But let me tell you that the unit here is actually a cell that looks something like this. We spoke about cells with different shapes in our earlier sessions. All those cells are differently shaped because of the respective function they perform. So this cell in the nerve fiber is elongated in shape. It kind of resembles a tree. This topmost spread out portion that you see is the cell body, where lies the nucleus of the cell. And from the cell body, a few thread-like projections are extended, called as dendrites. But there's this one projection that extends further to form a long filament called the axon. This axon ends into root-like branches called the axon terminals. A cell with such a shape is called a neuron or nerve cell. Now that we know the shape, let's see the function it has to perform in our body. Nerve cells are connected from end to end in such a way that it forms a long nerve fiber. When a signal is passed from any part of the body, first the dendrites, because of their extensive branches, pick up the signal and pass them to the cell body, where it meets the nucleus for processing. Then it travels along the axon, and lastly the axon terminals pass on the signal to the dendrites of the second neuron. This transmission goes on till the signal has reached its destination. But based on the role these neurons perform, that is either sensing something or performing the action, these neurons may be of two types. The cells that tell your brain that the object is hot are one type of cells called sensory neurons, as they sense something and let your brain know, while the cells that tell your hand to pull back from the object are the other type of cells that do the necessary response and hence are called motor neurons. And based on the type of neurons, there are two types of nerve fibers. Sensory nerve fiber, which is made up of all sensory neurons, and a motor nerve fiber, which is made up of all motor neurons. So previously we've studied that cells of similar type that come together to perform a specific function is called a tissue. So based on everything that we just discussed, can you guess which type of tissue is formed by these nerve cells? Yes, the nervous tissue. This nervous tissue that makes up our brain, spinal cord, and all the nerve fibers of our body are a part of the system we call as nervous system. It controls the entire working of our body. And we'll be discussing this entire human nervous system in our later sessions. So next time you touch a hot object, you know that all your neurons were put to test just in that 2 seconds before pulling back your hand. But just imagine if you didn't have a properly functioning neuron, then there'll be no impulse passed and no action performed. So in that case, your hand might get burned. So you see how important it is to have all your nerves intact and well functioning.